So you were looking through the Steam store and you stumbled upon this pencil-drawn looking game called Guild of Dungeoneering, and for a moment your brain kind of goes, the hell is this? Well, this is Guild of Dungeoneering, a game that, as the name might imply, has a lot of elements from dungeon crawlers and roguelikes, but really at its core is a card game. The basic idea is that you're in charge of a guild of adventurers and send them out to complete a number of different missions, things like going to kill so many enemies, find a big bad boss, collect so much treasure, so on and so forth. But you don't control the adventurers directly. Instead, they enter the dungeon and then it's up to you to build the dungeon around them. Every turn you're given a hand of 5 cards, which either include new rooms they can explore, enemies they can fight to gain experience or special treasures, or treasure cards that will create piles of gold that will help to attract the adventurer in a certain direction. Like I said, you have no actual control over where the adventurer goes, so a lot of the idea comes down to building rooms in the right order and putting treasure in places where they're going to explore the rooms you want them to get the best treasure possible, or to accomplish that particular dungeon's objective. Now, while you can't directly control where the adventurer is going to explore, you do control them in combat, which is another card-based mechanic. The entire idea is that when you're fighting an opponent, they show what card they're going to play next, which might be a physical attack, an unblockable move, healing, and you can respond with one of 3 cards that you drew from your deck. Each adventurer has their own different starting deck with different abilities, which focus them a certain way, as well as having passives that specialize them. For instance, the Bruiser has a lot of cards that block damage, and if he successfully blocks all damage in a turn, he deals damage to the opponent. Or the Thief, where whenever you kill an enemy, you have additional treasure types to choose from so you can get better gear faster. Or the Mage, where you get more magic abilities, alchemists that can heal better, mimes that can copy enemy cards. All of them have their own unique little shticks, making them all interesting to play as, and might make them more suited for tackling certain dungeons. Because while you do build each dungeon in process, there's definitely certain cards or enemy types that show up more often based on individual ones. So if you're going to a dungeon that has a lot of enemies that use magic attacks, well, you're going to want to use a character that can block magic more often. Now, what adventure you're using isn't the only thing that determines what cards you have available. Whenever you kill enemies, you'll pick up equipment, and those offer new cards to add to your deck, with different themes based around them. So for instance, if you pick up a sword, you're going to get a lot of straightforward attack moves. If you pick up a shield, it's going to give you more blocking cards. Other abilities will include things like offering more magic attacks, ways of healing, drawing cards, so on and so forth. One of the things that I immediately really liked about this game after playing it for a bit is not only is the mechanic really solid, but it's something that leaves itself very open to short play sessions, because every time you enter the dungeon, you're starting from level 1. Your adventure doesn't carry over any gear, any experience from previous adventures, so every time you go to a dungeon, it's a new delve right from the start. So it's never any kind of long-term progression you have to care about too much. Instead, you can just play each game on its own and just take whatever time you want with it. Now, this isn't to say that the game is completely devoid of long-term progression. Whenever you complete missions, or even when you die, you're going to come back with a little bit of gold, which you can use to expand the guild in one of 3 different ways. You can either unlock new heroes that have their own new starting decks and passive abilities. You can unlock idols, which grant you different special bonuses while delving, like getting bonus health, choosing for more treasures more often, or you can unlock new items that will spawn while exploring a dungeon, so you have a chance of finding uncommon or rare, more powerful weapons and armor that your adventurer can make use of. Overall, design-wise, I think they struck a really nice balance between having long-term progression, but at the same time allowing you to just focus on one individual game at a time. Something kind of along the lines of what you'd see in Rogue Legacy, where you do unlock stuff over time, but you're still just doing individual runs one by one. So the mechanics are solid, but one of the things that definitely makes this game a bit more sellable is the aesthetic. The whole pencil-drawn looking design with randomized heroes is really charming, but even better, everything is accompanied by a bard. There are numerous songs recorded in this game where whenever you recruit a new adventurer, or when adventurers die or succeed on major missions, there's a bard singing a song about what just happened, and there are far more songs than you would expect when you first start playing this game. Admittedly, it's a little jarring when you first start it, but they become quickly lovable and definitely help to make the game a lot more memorable. You know, for 15 bucks, this game is easily worth picking up in my opinion, though I will say that it is definitely one of those titles where if you wait for a Steam sale in the future, you'll probably be able to pick it up for $7.50, $5, or even less after a year or so. That being said though, definitely worth picking up right now if you just want to get your hands on it. It's a great game to play in short bursts, or if you just want to dedicate an afternoon to unlocking as much stuff as possible. So those are just my thoughts on Guild of Dungeoneering. If you want to learn more about the game, I do have a link posted down below to the Steam store page for it. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button to let me know, and make sure to subscribe and follow me on Twitter. I'll be seeing you guys soon with more content, but until then, I'm Kevin Kenson, and I'll see you guys later.